Rhonda,
Yes.
I know that you have children.
Yes.
And you gave birth to how many?
2. I have 2 children.
2 children.
Yes.
And you also have another baby that was born.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
And it's called Project She.
Yes. That's my 3rd child.
Yes, that's your 3rd baby.
Yes.
When was that born?
Wow, Project She was born around 2014. And you know what, honestly, I will say that the idea behind it was probably formulating many, many years before. But I think that was probably the culmination of all of my life's experiences up until that time. Project She is really for that working mother, wife, corporate professional, entrepreneur, president of this organization, shuffling the kids back and forth to soccer and to basketball, and you know, that person, and so many of us happen to be doing all of those things simultaneously. And so I find that we as women, we're multitaskers, we're natural born givers and doers, but oftentimes in the midst of all of that, we lose sense of self. We don't give ourselves permission to step away from the crazy and do things for ourselves. And so I was that person. I still am that person. I am, you know, always moving and shaking. But at that time, when Project She was born, I wasn't necessarily taking time for myself. And so Project She was born out of that experience. And I do believe that so many of us can relate to that kind of life where we're doing for everyone else, but yet don't take the time to really truly rejuvenate, edify, nurture ourselves. And so that's the concept behind it. And I do believe that the concept is universal enough for us to be able to all relate to who she is. So who is she? She is me, she is you, and she is every woman.
Wow, that's awesome. Now, and when you say that, sometimes when you talk about the busyness and women taking on so many projects and raising children and all this stuff and caring for our mothers and parents. It's a whole lot.
Absolutely.
We have like CEOs, women that are business women. They're just moving and shaking. And sometimes I look back and I'm like, wow, how did this person do this?
How did they do it?
How do you get rest? When do you sleep? Those type of things. And I remember, owning a store and had other stores opening up as well, and how busy that I was. I really probably maybe gotten like 2 to 3, 4 hours of sleep sometimes. And if we don't get the rest that we need, we'll lose a part of ourselves, and our health will eventually be affected by it.
That's what I always say. It's how are we to expect ourselves to take care of other people, of our family, if we don't first take care of ourselves? And so out of that idea, Project She was born, and the main cornerstone of Project She is an event that I call the SheTreat. So it's a retreat.
It's coming up.
It's coming up very soon on September 30th, and so I'm so very excited about it. This is the 2nd year that we'll have the SheTreat, and the SheTreat really is a day's experience, and I do choose to call it an experience as opposed to a seminar or a conference. It's a day's experience where we as women are able to come together to reflect, refocus, and renew ourselves towards our purpose and towards edifying and nurturing ourselves and celebrating ourselves as well, to be that woman that we would like to be going forward. So that those 3 cornerstones that I was talking about, we walk in the day, we walk the women through each of those cornerstones. And so we'll have speakers to be coming in that will be able to speak to that, each one of those, and by the end of the day, hopefully the idea is that we feel rejuvenated, that we feel renewed, so that we can step back out into the crazy, as I call it, and really be able to be effective, be intentional in our purpose.
And the keynote speaker you're going to have at the event.
Our keynote speaker is Egypt Sherrod. She has had several shows on HGTV, And so currently right now, she has a show called Flipping Versions, and she's out of Atlanta, and so she's going to be coming to us here in Raleigh.
Yes.
We're very, very excited to have her as our keynote speaker. She is going to be talking about how we reclaim ourselves. So the theme for 2017 is about reclaiming. You know, we give so much of ourselves away.
Yes.
So it's going to be about taking ourselves back and taking charge of our lives. And so I'm excited to have Egypt as part of the project, along with our other fabulous speakers.
That is wonderful. That is so wonderful. I'm excited about it. And you said there's a buzz going around about it.
We're definitely going to have a good crowd of women. And I like to keep it intimate. I think that it's important to keep it in a small number, so that we can really kind of bond with one another and enjoy the experience together. So it's an intimate setting, but it will be a lot of fun too. So it's not just, it's not just all about all of this self-introspection. There's going to be aspects of networking. There's going to be aspects of doing some fun things together as well. A lot of activities that we have planned. Again, along with Egypt, we'll have several other speakers that will be able to speak to some of those other areas, and they're going to all be experts in their field. So we'll have Monica Dennis. She is with Be Zenful, and she's going to really be focusing on that reflect part. So she's going to help us to be able to reflect on our past experiences. I find that sometimes we compartmentalize things in our lives that may have happened that may not have necessarily been positive, but they still make us who we are. And so,
not to interrupt you,
of course,
but compartmentalizing is our women. This is our expertise, and that's what we do. We have a lot of things going on in our lives, and we can, compartmentalize. And just like an orange, women are like oranges. We're like different compartments. We have a lot of
layers
things going on.
Yes.
Wow.
So she's going to help to bring all of those things out and help us to learn how to meditate and do different things that will kind of help us to just be present. Be present. And then we will have Karen Shayne, who is with the Women Survivor Alliance. She is going to be coming from Tennessee to join us, and she is going to be talking about purpose. And she is truly walking in her purpose, and I'm excited for everybody to hear about her story. But she too is a cancer survivor, and so now she's founded this organization to celebrate survivors. And so she's going to be talking about how she came to her purpose and how we can help to how we can identify our purpose and walk in that purpose. Then Michelle Degree McKinney is going to be coming, and she's going to be talking about getting your house in order. So we have so many things going on. How do we organize that? How do we structure in a way that we're able to really be successful in everything that we do? So I'm excited about those women. And then we actually have, I'm super excited that we're going to have our keynote speaker, who will be coming back from last year, and her name is Dr. Shirley Davis. And when I tell you she's a firecracker, she is a firecracker. Last year she talked to us about reinventing ourselves, and she put a fire under all of us and told us what we need to do in order to kind of like reinvent ourselves. Not necessarily, it could be from a careers perspective, but also too from a personal perspective as well. And so she's going to be coming back, and she's going to be, I'm sure she's going to be just as invigorating and just as exciting as she was. So all of those components. And then, as I mentioned, we're going to have Frankie Sanchez to come back, and she's going to do a health and wellness spotlight. And so she's going to concentrate on exercise and how to kind of get us moving and get us shaking. So like I said, a lot of different elements in the experience. And so I hope that women will do themselves a favor and take that day just for themselves, to come to enjoy, to reflect, refocus, and renew themselves towards a greater purpose, to reclaim themselves back into the person that they really are.
Wow, I love that. And that is so exciting. September the 30th.
September 30th.
SheTreat.
Yes.
And in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yes, come to Raleigh, Raleigh at the Hilton Garden Inn. Yes.